Chapter 8. No Gods. Through here. Where? Straight through here and then left. Hurry, or he'll get impatient. As I was escorted to a room, I didn't have a single clue what was going to happen to me. As we made it there, I entered a metal room. A man with white-colored hair, glasses, and a lab coat awaited me. When I entered, the door behind me was closed and locked. "Good luck getting out of there," the policeman said. It was quiet. "Don't try anything, Drake. The walls are made of pure platinum, meaning we've taken many things into account, including your capability to bend earth." "Isn't there, earth in platinum?" "In most metals, yes, but platinum is too pure. You won't be able to bend anything." "You know I could do more than that, right? We have 4 months worth of records of you. Each of your attacks has involved 4 specific elements. You will not find any water here, air won't do you much good, and platinum is quite resistant towards fire. You'd have to be heating it up for quite a while." "You think that is all I can do?" The man leaned over the platinum table and looked at me with a challenging look. "Is there something we are not yet aware of?" He tried to sound intimidating, but nothing had any effect on me. "No, that's all." Even though I didn't yet know how to get out if I ever wanted to, I knew I could do more than the man thought I could. I just didn't want to play all my cards yet. "Sit down, Drake." I figured it was best to cooperate for the time being, so I sat down. "Who are you?" I asked. "I'm here to help. I don't need any help." "Do you remember how you ended up here?" "Well, no. I was unconscious the entire way here." "Not here. I meant this world." "What? You were not from here?" "Who says that? I was born in this very country, I'll have you know." "Drake, you're sick." "Excuse me?" "The only way for you to leave this place is if you admit that and are willing to cooperate." "I'm not sick." "Then why are you here?" "Because you abducted me." "You were arrested. And you know why." "I have no idea. Enlighten me." "Don't make me say it." "Tell me, why am I sick?" "Drake, tell me, why am I sick?" "Drake, tell me!" "No, I ask you the questions, you hear me?" The man remained uncareful. I could harm him any time. He knew how dangerous I was. But I knew something else was up. There was no way I could harm him that easily. "If you're not going to talk, I'll just come back tomorrow." The man rose up and walked towards the door. "You're just gonna leave me here?" He stood still for a moment. "People used to adore you. People used to look up to you. But look at you now. An emotionless wreck." "I'm not emotionless." "Why that? You're angry?" "No one can live with just anger, Drake. And you release your anger onto others. You have killed innocent people. It won't stop. He will never stop." "What's that?" "More people are going to die. Cities, countries, whole continents will plummet into darkness. We've got you where we want you. You have nowhere to go." "Everyone will die. Everyone." The door was opened for the man and he walked outside. "Just like my mother did." It closed and I was once again alone. "Good morning, Drake. How are you?" the man asked the next day as he stepped into the room. "You never answered my question," I said right off the start. He went and sat in the platinum seat in front of me. "I told you why you're sick. You've killed people." "Not that. Who are you?" "I'm here to help." "You've said that already. I'm not asking why you are here. I'm asking who you are." "I'm a psychiatrist." "Really? The lab coat gave me sort of a scientist vibe." "Let's just say I'm not exactly the accustomed psychiatrist." "Then what do you specialize in?" "People like you." "People like me? And what are people like me?" "The sick." "Murderers?" "No." "No?" "No." "Now, let us begin. Say, you told me your profession, but you never told me who you are." "And you wish to know?" "Your name." "Why would that be of the essence?" "I would like to know your name. Is that too much to ask?" "You can call me whatever you like." "I don't like that." "Well, too bad. And by the way, I have no reason for answering your questions. You are in no position to ask questions in the first place." "All right." "Do you know where you are?" "Madhouse?" "You know, I actually don't care. And by the way, am I not supposed to receive some sort of hearing? You have no proof I did all those things." "Haha, you really still think you can just walk away from this?" "I could fight my way through this, but that would leave quite the mess." "You are guilty of murder, Drake. Nothing is going to change that." "And what if I just barge out of here? I could strike you down whenever I want to." "Good luck trying. You won't get anywhere." "Why's that?" "Oh, let me guess. I'm being watched through hidden cameras in the wall, listened to by several of your buddies. Oh, and while I'm at it, I shouldn't forget the 20-something machine guns that could pop out at any time that I decide to get aggressive." The man seemed surprised that I knew all that. Yeah, I did some digging last night. I'm no idiot. I certainly never thought you were. Unfortunately, he made clear that he never underestimated me. I had to be careful. So, you know the danger. Are you willing to cooperate now? Depends. On what? Whether or not he allows it. He? Who's he? The dark spirit. The real culprit. The what? There are probably going to be some things he won't allow me to tell you, just a heads up. You can't decide for yourself what you want to say? No can do. Why? Who's this dark spirit? Some nuisance. Just you wait. It's going to be some guard turning on the rest, or it might be you, losing your sanity. Well, that all sounds very unlikely. Not to me. So, is he like a person in your head? A second identity? Oh, not even close. No, just some nutjob who thinks it's funny to go ahead and destroy someone's life. He's everywhere, probably. Alright, I'll come back to that. Now, I have a question for you. Please tell. Yesterday, when I walked out, you said something about your mother. What did I say? You remember? What if I don't? Drake, work with me here. I don't remember. Work with me? What did I say? Tell me, or I'll come back tomorrow. He tried to be intimidating again, but it did me nothing. After I didn't reply, he got up and walked towards the door again. I'll give him until tomorrow. Let me out. The door opened and the man exited the room. I was alone again if I didn't count the guards watching me and listening to me, day and night. Drake, tomorrow is your last chance, one of the guards spoke through a communication device. That they were watching me wasn't something they needed to keep secret anymore. My last chance for what? He's going to try and help you one more time tomorrow. If you don't lose that nickname of yours by then, I'm executed? Yeah, I figured that. Get some rest. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. For a moment, I thought it was the last time I'd heard anyone speak that night, but the guard had one more thing to say. My family and I saw you as a hero. We still have faith in you. Whatever the truth is, we believe you can still be like who you were before. I don't think anyone can find their way back after going through what I went through. Thanks, though. I could almost sense the guard's disappointment. Good night. Bye. And everything turned quiet. I startled when the door was flung open the next morning and the man came walking in. All right, Drake, we're going to try this one more time. I was still trying to wake up as the man went and sat in his chair. How did she die? Who? Drake, I'm done with your riddles, and this close to being done with you. We do this now or never. All right, no need for that tone. I understand you just fine. How did Ariana Claire die? She was murdered. By who? You? No, not me. How long ago was this? About 8 months ago? Okay, I have more names. I didn't like where this was going. Your father, George Fannings. God knows what happened to my father. Haven't seen him in a very long time. I bet he got him too. Who did? The spirit. Will you have this again? I don't tell lies, sir. Fine. Next up, Nymphadora Fannings. Murdered. Again? How? She drowned. That's not murder. Forcefully drowned then. Maya McLean? Same way. Drowned? Yeah. Hara Haraldson? Murdered. Again. How? Struck by lightning. You have to be kidding me. No, really. But it wasn't nature. He was murdered. How tiring. Alright, last name. Julia Rosanna. Do I really have to say it? Yes. They were all brutally murdered in all kinds of ridiculous ways. You may or may not believe it, I don't care. Julia died the same way the rest did. They were murdered by the dark spirit. Tell me more about this dark spirit. I said before, it's just some nutjob who likes messing with me and destroying everything I hold dear. He's killed everyone I love and made it look like I was the one killing all those people on the streets. Drake, did it ever occur to you that this dark spirit may just be a second personality of yours? Dare to say that again. Can you promise me that you've been telling the truth? I promise. I will ask this one more time. Who killed them? I told you he did. I'm going to ask you this one more time. Who killed them? I did. All right? It was me. I was the reason they died. That's all I needed to know. I killed them. I always carried a sense of guilt. If only I could have left them out of all of this. All those months passed and I couldn't ever stop feeling guilty for their deaths. It wasn't directly me who caused their death, but the sense of guilt never went away. The man finally managed to get that out of me, but he understood it differently. He got up and walked to the door, where he waited for a little bit. What is going to happen to me? You're sick. We cannot help you. Then what was all this for? A last attempt. A last attempt for what? To save you. Really? Why does something not add up then? What doesn't? You. Sorry? I don't think you ever wanted to save me. And what makes you think that? I looked the man straight into his eyes as I turned around. I smirked, aware of something he never could have guessed I knew. You can't have gods, can you? The man looked shocked. I knew he was no regular psychiatrist. I knew something he didn't want anyone to know. In a world with no magic, what would happen if people suddenly were to learn magic? I knew he was from a group of people who tried to suppress magic as well as possible, and I knew he would never let me live. I was easily capable of reading the man, but despite knowing this, it never came into play. To this day, I still wonder if I would ever end up facing a threat like that. Even though I never saw that man again, I always wondered if I still would. I told you I'm no idiot. He left without saying a word. After several minutes of preparing my escape in my head, I decided to set my plan in motion. Say, my feet itch. Would it be okay if I took off my shoes, or is that too much to ask before I die? That's okay, the same guard from before replied. Thanks. I took off my shoes and socks, put the socks in my shoes, tied the laces together and attached them to my belt. Luckily, no one commented on the unusual move. How long do I still have? I asked. About 10 minutes. For my execution? Before they'll come to pick you up, yes. Okay then. Hey, what is your name? Sorry? I'd like to know your name, before I go. My name is Tom. I see. I once knew a Tom. I bet he's dead now, though. I'm sorry. It's alright. I didn't know him very well. Drake, your friends, your family, how did they really die? I was quiet for a short while, but I decided to answer truthfully. Someone with a terrible grudge towards me decided to kill everyone and destroy everything I love. I can't help but feel guilty for their death being part of this retaliation. You never killed anyone, did you? No. I figured. You did? Yeah. I'm sorry then. I couldn't live up to your expectations. If you really lost everything you love, I don't blame you. I might have to disappoint you once more. Why is that? Well, I can still bend platinum. In a mere second, I jumped out of the chair, grabbed the table and managed to bend the platinum to my will. I protected myself with platinum armor from the furniture in the room and the floor and walls. He's moving, I heard a different guard speak. Even though the metal was supposedly way too pure for me to bend, I had already tested it by trying to apply my sense of vibration in the earth onto metal as well. With my hands, I could feel movement, and by taking off my shoes, I could feel with my feet. After all, I was much stronger and more experienced than the regular bender. I needed the sense to know from what angles the guns would come. Guns! I calculated their response time in advance, and I was right when it took them only 2 seconds before the guessed amount of guns appeared from behind the walls and from the ceiling. I could sense where the closest one was appearing right away. Shoot him! I knew platinum wouldn't protect me very well against the bullets from the automatic machine guns, but there was something I could do to render them useless. Right after only 2 seconds had passed in which I surrounded myself in platinum armor, and only the first few bullets started hitting my armor, I headed for the wall and placed my hand on the closest gun, which I could sense in advance, and short-circuited the entire assembly of guns with an electrical pulse. No bullet could be fired anymore, and I was glad to see the armor held up long enough for me to do all that. It was their mistake for making them automatic. He killed the guns! Get in there, quick! The next step of my plan involved something I usually always forgot, but it required me several seconds to get ready. Therefore, it was essential for me to prevent the guns from being able to fire. As I succeeded, I summoned my portal. Before I stepped through it, I had one more thing to say. I'm sorry, Tom. I wish you the best of luck. You too, Drake. I didn't expect a reply. Apparently, he decided not to follow the others. It did me well to hear not everyone had lost faith in me. If only I could have had faith in myself for what was to come.